Hello everyone, I'm Aditi from Chutkara University, currently pursuing BE Software through the 2+2 Global Pathway program. So in this video, I'll explain how the bank system works with multiple accounts and how the find account method interacts with deposit, withdraw and transfer operations. So first of all, let's see how the bank handles multiple accounts. So first of all, the bank class stores multiple accounts in the form of a list, and whenever a new account is created, it is added using this method that I have created, add account method. And whenever we want to access a specific account, I have created this another function, which is the get account function, which would return which loops through all the accounts and returns the one which matches the given name. Alright, so now let's see what the find account does that we have created. So we can see that this is the function called find account. So instead of directly calling the get account, we can use a helper function called find account. So this method asks the user to enter the account name and then calls get account name. Wait. Okay, so this function basically asks the user to enter the name and then uses it to get account name. And if found, it returns the account, and if it is not found, it returns that no account with the same name. Alright, so now let's see its relation with the do deposit function. Alright, so first find account is called, and if the account is found, we will ask the user to enter the amount to deposit and convert. We create a deposit transaction and execute it using the bank. And if it is not found, the function simply stops immediately. So now let's see its relation with do withdraw function. And in this case, the flow is almost the same as the do deposit function. So we first of all see if the account is present or valid or not. Then we see that find account is called to see if the function is valid or not. If valid, we will create a withdraw transaction and then execute it. But if it is not valid, then no withdrawal happens and it simply exits the program. Then we have relation with do transfer. So the transfer is slightly more complex in this case because first it finds from account, that this is find from account, and finds the from account, and then it finds to account. So let's see, suppose user A wants to transfer money to user B. So it checks if the user A actually exists and then also checks if the user B also actually exists. So it has to check two things, and for both of these we have used find account method, and if both exist, a transfer transaction is created, and this internally withdraws from one account and deposits into another. So this is kind of very interesting, and if any step fails, the transaction is handled safely. And what happens if the account is not found? What happens अगर हमारा the account is not found? So this is important. If the find account returns null, the operation stops immediately, and no transaction is created, no money is charged, or the system avoids errors and prevents invalid operations. So in conclusion, the bank manages multiple accounts using list. Find account is the key method that validates user input, and all the operation depends upon it before processing. So, and if an account is not found, the system safely exits the operation. Thank you for watching this video.